Episode 52, Management of Diverse Relationships and School Organizations. National Qualifying Examination for School Heads Review Series. Focus, Career Stage 1, PPSSH. Item 1. Scenario. Mr. Rivera, a teacher in charge of a remote elementary school, was approached by a group of concerned parents who expressed dissatisfaction with the way the school handled student discipline. Some teachers had implemented inconsistent measures, leading to confusion among learners and stakeholders. Mr. Rivera knows that effective collaboration with stakeholders is essential for building a safe and enabling learning environment. He plans to hold a dialogic session with parents and teachers to align expectations and encourage mutual understanding. He also reviews school policies and seeks help from the district office to guide the discussion constructively. Question: what best describes Mr. Rivera's action as a school leader? A. He demonstrates strong collaboration and stakeholder engagement to create a supportive school climate. B. He strengthens community partnerships to raise resources for school development. C. He applies differentiated strategies to address learner diversity in behavior management. D. He aligns instructional planning with institutional goals and learner performance targets. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mr. Rivera prioritizes constructive engagement with both parents and teachers to address a sensitive issue. He initiates dialogue, seeks guidance from authorities, and promotes collaboration, all aligned with the core expectations for school leaders in building a supportive and enabling environment for learners. Item 2. Scenario. Mrs. Dominguez, newly designated OIC in a medium-sized elementary school, observes that faculty club meetings are irregular and unproductive. The group rarely submits reports, and participation is low. She studies DepEd orders related to faculty clubs and consults the previous school head to understand past practices. She then reconstitutes the organization, ensures officers are elected, and sets monthly meeting schedules anchored on school goals. Question: what leadership practice is most evident in Mrs. Dominguez's actions? A. She establishes school routines to ensure effective classroom supervision. B. She initiates research activities to drive faculty-led innovation. C. She applies policy guidelines to revive and align school organizations with institutional goals. D. She enforces student behavior policies to strengthen school discipline. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter C. This is because Mrs. Dominguez proactively studies and applies relevant policies to reactivate and guide a school organization, the faculty club, in a way that supports institutional objectives. Item 3. Scenario. During his first month as TAC, Mr. Ledesma noticed strained relationships between teachers and the PDA. Some parents complained about lack of updates, while teachers felt criticized. To address the issue, he organized a collaborative forum where teachers and PDA officers could clarify roles and set shared commitments. He mediated respectfully and ensured follow-through after the meeting. Question: which leadership behavior did Mr. Ledesma exhibit? A. He developed shared plans and instructional targets through department meetings. B. He strengthened communication and cooperation among stakeholders for a harmonious school environment. C. He improved teaching strategies through collaborative lesson study. D. He delegated instructional leadership functions to senior teachers. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter B. This is because Mr. Ledesma took initiative in building constructive relationships between stakeholders by promoting understanding and fostering collaboration. Item 4. Scenario. A newly appointed OIC receives a memorandum to create a learners' organization in line with school governance principles. She conducts orientation sessions for students, forms an election committee, and guides the process while ensuring compliance with policy and inclusiveness. Question: what practice is most evident in her leadership? A. She promotes inclusive student leadership aligned with institutional policies. B. She evaluates teachers' participation in student activities. C. She conducts summative assessments for performance monitoring. D. She retools school staff for online learning transitions. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because the OIC supports the formation of a learner organization by guiding its establishment according to policy, encouraging inclusive and participatory student leadership. Item 5. Scenario. Mr. Franco, the acting school head, is approached by barangay officials requesting to hold a feeding program in the school. While the teachers are hesitant due to safety concerns, Mr. Franco meets with both parties to clarify roles, plan logistics, and ensure that the initiative aligns with school goals and learner welfare. Question: what skill is most reflected in Mr. Franco's leadership? A. Coordinating school-based health and nutrition programs with community partners. B. Facilitating peer mentoring to support beginning teachers. C. Conducting risk assessments for infrastructure projects. D. Leading instructional rounds to improve lesson delivery. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mr. Franco proactively manages community partnerships and facilitates the implementation of a program in a way that safeguards learners and aligns with institutional goals. Item 6. Scenario: Mrs. Mendoza notices that the parent-teacher conference attendance is dropping each year. She surveys parents to identify barriers and finds out that many work during the day. In response, she adjusts the schedule to include weekend slots and creates a virtual option. Attendance doubles in the next quarter. Question: which leadership approach did Mrs. Mendoza apply? A. She analyzes data to improve teaching-learning resources. B. She uses feedback and flexible planning to improve stakeholder participation. C. She introduces co-teaching models for teacher collaboration. D. She strengthens SPG/SSG monitoring protocols. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter B. This is because Mrs. Mendoza gathered data, understood stakeholder needs, and implemented adaptive solutions that increased parental involvement. Item 7. Scenario: after attending a division orientation on school governance, Mr. Dela Cruz realized his school had no updated constitution for the PDA. He facilitated a review of the existing document and guided its amendment with legal counsel from the PDA Federation. The revised version was ratified by majority vote. Question: what leadership behavior is most evident? A. Ensuring that school organizations operate under clear and updated governance policies. B. Implementing remedial programs for low-performing learners. C. Integrating ICT tools to improve student assessments. D. Creating subject area-based learning communities. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mr. Dela Cruz guided the PDA in revising and adopting a governance document to ensure compliance and clarity in operations. Item 8. Scenario: the school experienced a conflict when some teachers disagreed with how the GPTA allocated funds for the Brigada Escuela. Mrs. Santos, the school head, facilitated a dialogue with transparency, guided the group to review DepEd policies, and ensured that decisions moving forward were collaborative and within legal bounds. Question: which skill did Mrs. Santos demonstrate? A. Building constructive stakeholder relationships to maintain school harmony. B. Developing work plans for co-curricular programs. C. Initiating remedial instruction based on learner needs. D. Facilitating lesson study groups to promote pedagogy. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mrs. Santos demonstrated transparency, policy knowledge, and effective stakeholder engagement to resolve conflict and build trust. Item 9. Scenario: Mr. Torres observed that while SPG officers were active, they lacked understanding of their responsibilities. He initiated a leadership training workshop facilitated by external youth development officers. As a result, the SPG became more organized and began initiating student-led projects. Question: what does Mr. Torres's action demonstrate? A. Supporting capacity building of student leaders through guided training. B. Delegating school supervision duties to senior pupils. C. Integrating SPG in disaster preparedness drills. D. Conducting classroom observations to evaluate teacher performance. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mr. Torres enhanced the capacity of student leaders by providing training and guidance aligned with their roles and the school's student governance goals. Item 10. Scenario: in a school where the GPTA had been inactive for years, Ms. Villanueva took the initiative to organize orientation sessions for parents, explaining their role and importance in school development. She coordinated with local leaders, ensured compliance with DepEd guidelines, and successfully held elections, reviving the organization. Question: Which of the following best describes Ms. Villanueva's leadership initiative? A. She revitalized school organizations through community engagement and policy application. B. She restructured the curriculum map based on learner needs. C. She launched literacy programs for struggling readers. D. She realigned MOE spending to support nutrition programs. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Ms. Villanueva demonstrated initiative in applying policy and engaging stakeholders to restore the functionality of an essential school organization. Item 11. Scenario. After attending a division orientation on school governance, Mr. Dela Cruz realized his school had no updated constitution for the PDA. He called for a consultative assembly, formed a committee to draft revisions, and ensured alignment with DepEd orders. The revised constitution was ratified by stakeholders and endorsed to the division office. Question. What leadership practice is best demonstrated by Mr. Dela Cruz? A. He provides learning intervention programs for struggling learners. B. He oversees instructional planning using curriculum guides. C. He facilitates stakeholder collaboration to institutionalize policies for school organizations. D. He introduces formative assessments for learning progress monitoring. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter C. This is because Mr. Dela Cruz led a participative and policy-based process to update governance structures involving key stakeholders, demonstrating management of school organizations. Item 12. Scenario. Ms. Santiago observed rising tension between her teachers and Barangay Council due to conflicting expectations about school events. To address the issue, she initiated regular coordination meetings with barangay officials and included teachers in planning. Eventually, both parties agreed on shared roles and co-implemented successful school activities. Question. Which leadership behavior does Ms. Santiago exemplify? A. She encourages collaborative decision-making to build strong external relationships. B. She implements school-based assessments to track learner performance. C. She mentors new teachers in using performance standards. D. She designs learning action cells for subject area improvement. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Ms. Santiago recognized interpersonal conflict and addressed it by establishing structured, respectful dialogue with external stakeholders to foster collaboration. Item 13. Scenario. Mr. Lopez is new to school leadership and noticed that the SPG officers were appointed instead of elected. He referred to DepEd guidelines, consulted teachers, and initiated a fair election process. He conducted student leadership training and set expectations for regular meetings and reporting. Question. What is the most appropriate description of Mr. Lopez's action? A. He builds learner leadership and governance by observing proper policy procedures. B. He supervises faculty performance based on RPMS standards. C. He manages school records using electronic management systems. D. He designs instructional strategies aligned with MELCs. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mr. Lopez corrected a non-compliant practice and established student leadership aligned with DepEd policies, demonstrating effective management of learner organizations. Item 14. Scenario. During her first school opening as head teacher, Mrs. Cortez received complaints from parents about unclear schedules and disorganized enrollment. She facilitated a meeting among teachers, barangay leaders, and parents to plan an organized enrollment system. Tasks were delegated, timelines agreed upon, and issues resolved. Question. What leadership competency did Mrs. Cortez show? A. She mobilizes school and community stakeholders to implement effective school operations. B. She evaluates lesson plans to ensure alignment with the curriculum. C. She initiates professional development plans for teachers. D. She conducts classroom observations to improve instruction. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter A. This is because Mrs. Cortez responded to an operational concern by initiating a collaborative process among stakeholders to improve school systems, reflecting management of diverse relationships. Item 15. Scenario. Mr. Ramos found that the school's faculty club had not submitted any activity reports for the past 2 years. He reviewed the roles of the officers, clarified reporting expectations, and set a calendar of activities aligned with the school improvement plan. He guided the officers in preparing their first semi-annual report. Question. What aspect of leadership is best illustrated in this case? A. Providing instructional coaching to teachers. B. Reviving school organizations and guiding them toward institutional goals. C. Aligning curriculum content with localized materials. D. Conducting inventory of learning materials and tools. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter B. This is because Mr. Ramos worked closely with a school organization, faculty club, to help it function effectively and contribute to school development, reflecting management of school organizations.